So the Apple event just finished like an hour and a half ago, and here's some key takeaways that I got from the whole event. First of all, the leaks were right. If you happen to see leaks of the iPhone 17, yeah, they're correct. It does have a big bump on the back, and that only applies to the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. But the base iPhone 17 comes in 5 different colors. Both looking good. Nothing really major for the iPhone 17 display. It has 120 hertz adaptable refresh rate, so that just means that depending on what you're doing on the screen, it's going to adapt to that and can drop to as low as 10 hertz. Given the different scenarios that you're using it. It now has 3000 nits, peak brightness outdoor, and Super Retina XDR display. They did talk about durability. It has a layer that comes on top of the phone. It's only on one side for the 17, and then it has the base A19 integrated chip for the 16 cores for the Neural engine, which probably is going to be running the AI features, and then it has the 6-core CPU. Yeah, so this is just your base model. It has A19 processor, and there are the performance stats, a bit of gameplay. I don't know too many people buying the iPhone 17 for gameplay, but yeah, it's a pretty entry-level model for the iPhone 17 line. And yeah, they didn't really talk much about the AI features. They just really skimmed over, because that wasn't really the main selling point for this launch. Wanted to see was the later models that were coming up, but this one has a 48 megapixel camera. And as far as the sensor size, they didn't mention the sensor size. And also now the iPhone has what they call center stage. Center stage, what they did is they made the sensor for the front camera square. So now what it does is gives you the ability to take landscape type photos without rotating your camera, which is probably one of the most features that I thought is going to be used by a lot of feature, unlike some of the features that come with Apple Intelligence. So they didn't mention any updates to the software or camera hardware in terms of buttons, layouts, or anything like that. The main thing that they added to the selfies, so now you can hold your phone in portrait mode but also be able to take landscape photos. So the base model starts at 256 gigs, and it has ceramic shield, long battery life, and Apple Intelligence, 3000 nits, and 48 megapixel. Now there's a new kit on the block, and it's called the Apple Air. So definitely the new thing that Apple introduced that we didn't have before. It's really thin at 5.6 millimeters. I don't know if they included the camera bump with that, but yeah, it's coated on both sides with the ceramic coating, and yeah, it says 4 times more resistant to scratches, but I wouldn't test that if I were you. It's nice to know. I'm pretty sure anyone who's going to be owning such an expensive device is going to be keeping it in a cover. I don't know if you're going to get the Apple recommended ones or you're buying on your own, but yeah, so this one has an upgraded processor. It uses the A19 Pro with more GPU cores than the iPhone 17. However, this one has a single camera, although it is a 48 megapixel fusion main camera. I'm pretty sure we're going to get really good cameras off of the Apple. It also has the same front center stage camera from the iPhone 17. So it looks like all the iPhones this year are going to have the same feature or the same sensor that's square for center stage. Another update that they have is the ability to use your front camera and your back camera to record one video. So it's going to be integrated, so you can react in real time while you're recording a video. It also gives you the ability to zoom in and really lock in into what you're recording. So this one records 4K 60 FPS, and it has camera control, and also it does not take any SIM cards. It strictly runs on eSIM, so you might want to check with your network provider if they can provide an eSIM. So that's pretty much about the iPhone 17 Air. And also, because they've been able to push everything up, they've been able to place a bigger battery. So they're saying that they pushed more tech up where they put the camera bump, which is pretty big, so that they can free up more space to add a bigger battery. So yeah, that's iPhone 17 Air. No SIM card, just an eSIM and a big battery, and yeah, a really good camera. So going now for the iPhone 17 Pro. So this is the iPhone 17 Pro. The Pro Max is made in the same type of way. They use the same metal alloy. This is not the recycled titanium. It has a different vapor chamber. It has a bigger battery. Like I said, they put up that big notch at the top so they can move some of the technology and some of the motherboard components and camera components all in one place, so they could free up space for a bigger battery. And because all the Apple chips are integrated now, they have the same graphics cores and CPU cores and performance cores and AI cores all in one chip. It can all be pushed upwards. So this one also has ceramic coated glass in the front and the back, resistant to scratches and damage, but I think it's pretty light damage. I don't think if you're going to be dropping it from long distances, it's going to survive or it's not going to take any damage, but for day-to-day use. But however, as recommended, you should always get a cover for your phone. Yeah, I think it's pretty stupid for you to just move around with such an expensive device unprotected. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I do like the bold color that they have for the iPhone 17 Pro. It only comes in 3 colors for now. Yeah, they do have the official names for it, but I'm just going to call it black, silver, and orange because that's pretty much all it is. And as you can see, the leaks for the iPhone 17 do have been confirmed. They have been confirmed to be correct. And the double bump, there's the bump at the back for all the extra CPU and whatever they put inside. Another bump for the camera, which is something that you have to consider as well. So it is a double bump, but they barely mention it. And also the button layout is still the same. They didn't change the button layout. And this one has a Fusion telephoto camera and 8 times telephoto, so it's still going to be taking pretty good images. It doesn't have 1-inch sensor in any way. They did not mention the size of the sensors. They will tell you, however, about the megapixel count and, you know, all the software processing abilities of the iPhone. So the iPhone 17 is starting at $799, the iPhone Air $999, $1,000, and the 17 Pro at $1,099, and the Pro Max at $1,200. So pre-order is starting on Friday, and you will be able to get a 2 terabyte version of the Pro versions of the models.